Good morning and welcome to News Desk. We're live on DSTV channel 421, Gold TV channel 125. Across all our social media handles, we are Joe News on TV. Coming up within the next 60 minutes, Republican candidate Donald Trump declares victory in Florida, eyeing his White House return after provisional results shows he leads in the U.S. presidential race, securing 267 out of the 270 votes needed to win.
Bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it, because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Well, stay for reactions from the international community, plus some political parties here in Ghana. They have been wading into the controversies and reading meanings into the provisional results. Also coming up, 34,000 new HIV cases recorded in Ghana would engage stakeholders as to why this is the case. We also have business updates coming up in the next 60 minutes. Faustina Safo is my name. Take a seat to be my guest. Thanks for choosing us. We are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Now we start from the United States of America. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. Well, those were the exact words of Donald Trump just moments ago as he stood before cheering supporters in Florida, claiming victory in the U.S. presidential race. Well, after winning in battleground states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, Trump's path back to the White House looks nearly certain, though other networks have yet to officially call it. As Trump's supporters celebrated, Kamala Harris' watch party dispersed quietly. Her remaining path to victory is now razor thin. Well, here are excerpts of Trump's, if you like, victory speech.
Told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term when we became more and more successful. People started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it, because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Well, so far, Trump has 267 of the 270 votes needed to win. Kamala Harris has 224. Back here in Ghana, political figures, they've been reading meanings into Trump's seeming victory. Social media is buzzing. We've heard from the likes of leading member of the NDC, Sammy James, on social media, saying that this could mean something for the NDC because Trump was in opposition. Now he's billed to be the next president of the United States, and Kamala Harris, the vice president, seems to be losing. So they've been reading meanings on social media. The Director of Research and Elections of the NPP, Evan Simako, joins us with reactions from the NPP, and then the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress joins us as well, Dr. Rashid Tanko. I also have Professor Vladimir. So he is an international relations and security expert. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. I'll start with Dr. Rashid Tanko because we've heard from the likes of Sami James-Fi, Mustafa Gbande, predicting that this could spell doom for the NPP. Your thoughts? Doc, you have to unmute for me to hear you clearly. I just want to pick your reactions. We've been hearing from the likes of Sami James-Fi saying that this is most likely a sort of sneak peek into what would happen here in Ghana post-December 7 because the opposition is taking over power. Your thoughts?
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Rashid Tanko. I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, is it me? My name is not Rashid.
Well, let me bring in Evan Simako. I would have to position our lines rightly, Dr. Rashid Tanko, for you to hear me clearly. Evan Simako is with us. Evans, your readings of this close victory for Trump so far?
Well, thank you very much for having me, and good morning to your listeners and viewers, and as well as discussers. I think we first have to congratulate the people of America for going through successfully this election. Elections that started 5th, and today 6th results are almost out. Watching from here has been quite peaceful, and so we need to congratulate the good people of America for going through this exercise peacefully, and lessons must be learned. For us as New Patriotic Party, if you understand the foundation of political parties, they are mainly based on ideological position. And so New Patriotic Party shares the center-right philosophy, ideology with the Republican Party of U.S. and Conservative Party of UK. And I must say that if you look at the numbers, you have more than 120 million people voting in their election. And it is becoming clear that the Republicans' candidate, Donald Trump, is about to constitute government, has a majority in Senate, and so it's good for the Republican Party.
Good for the Republican Party, Evans, but then we're bringing the story back home here in Ghana. People are reading meanings into what this would mean for upcoming polls. We've heard from the likes of Sami James-Fi from the NDC camp, Mustafa Gbande, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, saying that this could mean also the opposition party in Ghana would be taking over power. You feel otherwise?
Well, I mean, that's why I started by giving you a bit of historical position. The voters in America are not the same as those voting in Ghana. And I'm not surprised. This is not the first time the NDC will be making such an argument. In 2020, when Mr. Trump lost the election, the NDC said because he was the sitting president and lost, His Excellency Leonardo Santos was going to lose as well. It turned out to be something else. And so the NDC can wallow in their confused state and create narratives to support what they anticipate. The good people of Ghana who are going to vote on December 7th, the 60,772,251 people, would decide and vote massively for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And if you care to know, the U.S., the Republican Party has the elephant as their symbol. The colors are the same as the New Patriotic Party colors. And so if they do not understand and want to come out with the narrative, they may tickle themselves and laugh. But I can assure you that here in Ghana, the message of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has passed so well and sits so well with the electorate that they will go into the polls on December 7th and vote massively for him, as well as our parliamentary candidate. That is what the New Patriotic Party is doing. Yes, elections are happening in the U.S., that is the United States of America. There is going to be election here in Ghana, December 7th. Majority of the electorate will vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has submitted to the good people of Ghana policies and programs that will transform Ghana, not insults. So those people who think that because Trump has won, it is going to be another way in Ghana, they can tickle themselves and laugh.
Let me bring in Dr. Rashid Tanko. So far, Donald Trump has won in key swing states, for example, Pennsylvania and Georgia. Let's just get your readings into this as a political party, the NDC. What does this mean for you coming elections?
Your call has been put on hold.
Dr. Rashid Tanko, you would have to unmute for me to hear you clearly. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what the NDC feels about Trump, very close to winning this elections.
Very well. Yeah, let me say good morning to you and your cherished viewers. It's refreshing to the NDC. For us, it's a refreshing news in the sense that the Americans have decided to go back and take what they lost. A president who was on the path of delivering them, they decided to push him out. Now they've gone back, Sankofa in our palace, we call it Sankofa, and they've gone back to pick a former president whom they think have the magic wand as of now to alleviate the poverty and then the huge difficulties the American people are going through. Now, the election was won based on the economy. In fact, Donald Trump was clear in his mind. The economic doldrum in America was too much. It's just like what we are going through in Ghana. Ghana, nobody needs to tell you that our economic condition is worse, completely worse. And you expect a sitting vice president who is part and parcel of the mess of the economy to continue in government. That's why the Americans called them to order and decided not to vote for Kamala and went in for Donald Trump in Ghana. Let's compare the same thing that we are going through. As we speak now, $1 is to 17.2 Ghana cedis. Where are we going? This is the vice president who told us that he arrested the dollar and gave it to the IGP. He's now running a driver mate. American rejected a driver mate. Do you think Ghanaians will maintain a driver mate? With the situation we have found ourselves, the economic mess we have found ourselves, and also we are very clear in our mind, and we have told Ghanaians that look, if you want us to be respected on the field of international diplomacy, you need to vote for His Excellency John Mahama. That is why the Americans have gone back to Trump. They brought back Trump. So what would stop us from bringing back JDM? To continue what he was doing, to arrest the CD for us, to change the economic downturn that the country is going through. We cannot afford another 4 years of this terrible administration. That would be an elongation of our death trap. And we are not ready for that. And so the way has been shown now. It's a refreshing news. The Americans have shown the way. And we're just telling them, he was talking of, my good friend was talking of ideology. When the issue of ideology, the Ghanaians eat ideology. Do the American people eat ideology? Or you think they voted because of ideology? They voted because of the economy, the bad nature of their economy. Prices of groceries have skyrocketed in America. Ordinary people are suffering in America. And you come to Ghana, just compare that one to Ghana. Your guess is as good as mine. Our lives are worse off in Ghana. Nothing is happening in the country as of now. It's day in, day out. Things are getting bad. And so if we don't stop them come December 7th and think that we should also bring a driver mate who is part and parcel of the mess that we are going through, the Americans saw it. They saw through the wisdom of Biden and then Kamala, and decided that no, we are not going to accept these people to continue. Accepting them means we are going to elongate our suffering. So the only way is to cut short of it, bring back Donald Trump, a former president, to continue his good legacy that was truncated during the 2020 elections. And that is why we are also presenting a former president to Ghanaians. Now you have the golden opportunity. Americans have done it. Why can't you do it in Ghana? Let's bring him back. Those who are having reservation. Look, I can read a post from one of the senior-most members of MPP, Gabi Asari Ochidaku. In fact, he need not be described in the Ghanaian palace. Everybody knows his position in the MPP government. Everybody knows it. This was his post 18 hours ago. He said, Harris, America is ready for a fresh start. Words of an incumbent vice president running for president. You can be a big part of a government and still present your own vision, style, and focus when it is your campaign, your candidacy, and your mandate. This was what they were campaigning for. They were mirroring what Kamala Harris was doing in America and comparing that to Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia. That's what they were doing. They were all over the place campaigning for Kamala, thinking that Kamala was going to win. And so that they will jump on it and say, Americans have voted for a vice president, so Ghanaians, you should also vote for a vice president. You see, but the boss are wide awake. The boss knows what they are doing. It has blasted on their face. Sankofa, Enyeboni, Yankofa, Adenu,
Okay, Dr. Rashid Tanko, stay with me. Let me bring in Professor Vladimir Enan. So he's an international relations and security expert who joins us live with more on this. Now, we're just reading meanings into what it will mean for Donald Trump to be U.S. president, especially for the black community and for Africa. Let's look at the key policy proposals Donald Trump is bringing on the table and how it will affect Africa. Prof, explain to us.
Well, it is a fallacy to think that Trump's presidency is going to change American foreign policy towards Africa. Americans have permanent interests, not permanent friends. And their permanent interest in Africa is after our resources, our basis for their political and security calculus. And that won't change. It will not change that. They will still maintain their very different willing start with, and of course the plan has been adopted. But NATO is dead. The American keep and the leader global. So that's the two of things that Trump and it.
Prof, I seem to be losing you intermittently. You might have to position rightly and just make that point for us. If you just tune in, we're just discussing the U.S. elections. So far, Donald Trump has won in 267 votes, and he is looking at getting 270. After that, he would be declared president. As we speak, it's very, very difficult for Kamala Harris to actually bridge this gap because she stands at 224. We're just getting updates from Professor Vladimir Enan. So he's an international relations expert looking at what it will mean for Africa and the black community when Donald Trump takes over office as president of the United States. Prof, I'm hoping I have better connection to you now. You're just making your point.
Right. Is it clearer now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Right. What I was saying is that we shouldn't be too expectant to think that something dramatic is going to happen to Africa because Trump has come back. For example, a change in attitude towards Africa. Americans have permanent interests, not permanent friends. Of course, they will maintain their permanent friends somehow, Philippines, Japan, South Korea, and in Africa, Kenya, and others, Ghana being one of them. But specific, they will be more interested in the risk, for one. Number two, they will be interested in how to build enough, build enough, and that's going to change. Meanwhile, it's more difficult just than immigrants in the U.S. and mostly affect us who are coming.
Now, another key issue lots of people have been talking about since the results started trickling in is the implications of Donald Trump's win for immigration in the United States. The foreign community in the United States, they're quite worried about it, especially because Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, they both have different approach to dealing with the immigration crisis, if you would put, and what it will mean for some people outside the country. Your thoughts on what it would mean moving forward should he be officially declared president?
Well, if he's declared president, I think he will pursue the agenda which he left off 4 years ago. He is anti-immigrant. I mean, he believes that the American economy is hiccuping because of illegal immigration. He's not in a way with legal migrants, but he will be very tough on how to enter good market. So those of us, this part, want to get there and go and illegal, for sure, it's tough. And I don't think we're that. But well, the priority of every country wanted to be break up. So,
Prof, I'm finding it very difficult hearing you, and I propose you just position rightly and make that point. Unfortunately, our connection to you isn't the best. Well, we have been speaking to the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer. She has urged Ghanaian political leaders to sign the peace pact ahead of the elections in December. She was speaking at her official residence in Accra as the election results from the U.S. started trickling in. We'll hear from her shortly, but I just want to check if I have clear connection to Prof. Prof, can I hear you now?
Am I clear now?
Loud and clear.
Good. As I was saying, Trump will not veer off from his position on immigration. And it is the prerogative. Every country has to manage immigration very well. That's both civil and economic implications. And I think it's going to stop on illegal. And that's right. And the right spirit to ensure that they're not encompassed with illegal.
Unfortunately, I seem to have lost connection to Professor Vladimir in Tanko. But let's listen to the U.S. ambassador. She spoke to us earlier.
The last in calendar year 2024. So I think sort of the exclamation mark on a year of what celebration of democracy. I think Ghana's democracy is the most important thing. And we've had some interesting conversations with Ghanaian officials about the need to have a democracy dividend even in established democracies, so that, for example, the countries of the Central Sahel look and say, wow, because Ghana is democratic and stable, they are prospering. And so I'm looking to deepen the economic partnership too. And I know there are lots of American companies and development finance institutions that are looking at greater investment in Ghana and partnership in Ghana. Ghana is the 4th country in Africa, I think, where we've announced it. We also have instituted that policy in Europe and Latin America. It's not directed at the government of Ghana or at particular political parties, but we can not just refuse visas, but revoke visas for people who undermine or interfere with Ghana's democratic process. I think it's a very useful tool to have. I hope I don't have to use it. I hope it will deter bad behavior and hate speech. And I hope that I'll call again for early signing of the Peace Pact. I'll call on political leaders to come down hard on other candidates in races down the ticket, or even people just raising a ruckus in constituencies across the nation for coming out and saying that's not the kind of election we want to have. I saw a great poster. I went to see the Northern Regional Minister, or the regional minister for northern region. And he had a sign, big sign on the front door that said, "Don't insult your political opponents," which I thought, well, that sums it up. That's a good message. So it's a tool we have available. You'll see more of it around the world. Ghana's not singled out, nor is the government of Ghana or any political party, but we are not afraid to use it if there are any parties, any people or parties that undermine your democracy. So I hope that you will regard it as a useful tool.
Well, the U.S. ambassador there. Now, let me get brief reactions from Evans Nimako and Dr. Rashid Tanko to wrap up the conversation on the U.S. elections. I'll start with Evans Nimako. Your final words before we go.
Yes, thank you very much. So, as I said, I mean, some issues were engaged in the minds of the voters in America. They were looking at the economy. They were looking at border issues. They were looking at abortion issues and all that. Here in Ghana, yes, economy is key. And I think Tanko, wherever he is enjoying electricity. And we are not under Dinso. We've gone beyond the era of Akadumpe and the era of Akoko Kitenkete. We are in serious business engaging with critical policy issues. Presidential candidate is discussing. And so, yes, if they think that because Mr. Trump has won, they also win, I said they can tackle themselves and laugh. But for us, it is the elephant that has gone back to the White House. That notwithstanding, the New Patriotic Party is focused. We are sending our message to the good people of Ghana. We think that in the era we find ourselves, we can't afford to be sleeping and waiting. And so we must act in a smart manner to transform our economy and improve upon people's lives. Education is key. Security is key. And these are some of the things the presidential candidate has been talking about. Yes, the New Patriotic Party has always stood for peace. We've always stood for peace. And so we are ready to sign a peace pact. I think that it is the other side that is dragging their feet. At any point in time, the National Peace Council is ready. The presidential candidate, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Vladimir, will endorse the peace pact and send a message to the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party that we are for peace before, during, and after the election. Elections will come and go. We have only one Ghana. We need to protect it. I think also that the message from the U.S. to the political community of Ghana should also send a signal. And I, at this point, will urge the media, name and shame. It shouldn't have difficulty at all, because people will come out, pretend as if they are the angels, and turn out and be doing something different. We need to protect the peace of Ghana. I expect the Ghana Police Service to be professional, to protect the peace that we have. I expect that people will be responsible in their conduct, in their actions and inactions, and ensure that our multi-party democracy is once again beaten by going through December 7th peacefully to come out with the president who is elected by the good people of Ghana, have a new parliament that will discuss government business and give us legislation that will transform Ghana's development. That is what the New Patriotic Party stands for.
Evans Nimako, he is Director of Research and Elections for the NPP. Let me wrap up with Dr. Rashid Tanko. Doc, the NPP, they've signaled their readiness to sign the peace pact. The U.S. ambassador is hoping that all political parties sign the peace pact. Has the NDC changed their stance?
You see, the NDC is much committed to peace in this country than the NPP and all their rank and file. They are not serious when it comes to peace in this country. They are not committed.
Will you sign the peace pact?
I'm just giving you a preamble. Last week, our flag bearer had to cut short his campaign and flew back to Accra to attend a peace summit. Where was their presidential candidate? Where was the president himself? They should stop rhetoric. Look, we are not in the era of confident tricksters. They are tricking everybody in Ghana. And the media should have asked him that question. Where was their president, the sitting president, and then their presidential candidate? When an all-important peace summit was held in Accra.
We know that John
Mahama
Mahama has committed to peace.
And
however,
that's what I'm saying.
the
So
question now is,
committed,
will you sign a peace pact, the NDC, as a political party?
Well, we are saying that we gave a parameters upon which we can sign the peace pact, and it's very clear. We want a full commitment from the implementers of the peace pact that we will sign this and they will do what they did in 2020. You remember we signed the peace pact. We were in forefront in signing the peace pact. They went ahead and killed our people. They shot and killed them up to now.
We seem to have lost connection to Dr. Rashid Tanko. He is Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. Doc, we lost you briefly. Please make your point. Unfortunately, we don't have connection to Dr. Rashid Tanko. He was just making a point there on the NDC stance when it comes to signing the peace pact. We'll reconnect the lines and get his final words as we wrap up the conversation on the U.S. Elections. Well, the UN Special Representative for West Africa and the Sahel, Leonardo Santos, has underscored the Ghanaian judiciary's crucial role in safeguarding democracy, but advised it to improve its communication with the public. In his interview on PM Express yesterday, he expressed concerns about limited communication, which allows room for public misinterpretation.
What we found when contacted the judiciary is to conduct their work within the limits of the law. So now, but sometimes how people understand the laws is not clear. But now I think there is more effort of the judiciary to explain to the citizen and to political parties what are the requirements of law at different steps of the process. What I felt and I feel is that they are prepared to go extra mile if their clients, the political parties, so they want. If they are not satisfied and they bring their concerns to the Commission, I have no doubt that things are going to be addressed. Well, there is always a room for improvement, and one of the areas for improvement is the area of communication. You, as Commission, you might think that, well, I'm communicating enough. What I'm sharing with the society is good enough. But for the normal citizen, maybe it's not. Maybe they want more, not only in terms of details, but also in terms of extension of the explanation. So communication and quality communication, I think, will continue to be always a process. Because also, the citizens today is more knowledgeable about the issues, more engaged, more participative. So the institutions have to be themselves at a level to satisfy the demand of the citizen. So communication, I think, is one of those areas.
Well, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensa, has stated that the Commission is committed to ensuring a transparent general election on the 7th of December 2024. This reaffirmation follows numerous calls from various political parties for a transparent electoral process. She made these announcements at the Center for Legal Advocacy, Research, Education and Training for Women Against Violence in Election. There's more in the following report.
Globally, electoral violence has affected a significant proportion of Africans, with the United Nations Development Programme UNDP reporting that over 50% of elections between 1990 and 2010 involved some form of violence. With some 31 days to the presidential and parliamentary elections in Ghana, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensa, has urged Ghanaians to become ambassadors of peace before and after the elections. According to her, the Commission has taken deliberate steps to ensure a transparent electoral process.
Our centers are also open to our media partners, election observers, and over the period of the registration, they are afforded the opportunity to see for themselves everything that goes on there. What this has resulted in is that the citizens are informed, they know what goes on and what transpires at every registration center. The stakeholders, the political parties are also well informed. At the start of each day, we provide them with what we call the start of day reports that show the number of people who have been registered on any given day, and it's always 0. At the end of the day, they are also provided end of day reports, and it shows them the number of people who have been registered on any given day across the country.
Jean Mensah, speaking at the 4th edition of the Women Against Election Violence, charged the general public to desist from sharing fake news as it undermines the democracy of the country.
We try to address issues in a timely manner and provide information to citizens. We believe that this goes a long way to minimize the mistrust and the tensions and suspicions in the society. In this era of misinformation and disinformation, it is important to be responsive and to quickly address issues of fake news and provide timely information. And so we do this as part of our work.
For the founder of the Center for Legal Advocacy Research, Education and Training, Jennifer Owusu, Ghanaians must do well to maintain the peace.
In just a little over a month, Ghanaians go to the poll, and we are all praying that we are going to have a peaceful election like we've been enjoying over the past few elections. This is the 9th consecutive time that Ghanaians will go to the poll in multi-party elections. And we as a country, we are excited. We have intellectuals, academia, we have the agencies, the security agencies, a plethora of legal brains, a plethora of skills and expertise coming together to say that we want a peaceful election 2024. And we believe that with this initiative, that is the Women Against Violence in Elections, Wave Ghana 4, which seeks to promote peace before, during, and after elections, we shall have a peaceful election 2024.
Claret has been at the forefront of voter education, particularly in educating women and the youth about the dangers of electoral violence and the importance of peaceful participation in the electoral process. These efforts have been critical in promoting non-violent political engagement. Stephen Mentor's report, read to you.
Away from elections, the Ghana Health Service says Ghana has recorded 34,000 new HIV infections from January to the third quarter of 2024. That's according to statistics from the National HIV and AIDS Control Program of the Ghana Health Service. Authorities are emphasizing the importance of public testing and screening, revealing that approximately 1.3 million people were screened during this period. Well, we'll be right back with business. Do stay tuned in.
Hi, welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Firms in the energy and automobile sectors are currently driving dollar demand. That's according to market report from some commercial banks. Here's more.
The report showed that the demand is coming from firms that are important to support the operations as well as fuel for power generation, whilst in the automobile space, dealers are bringing in parts for their business as well as those that are trying to get new models for their customers. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana has also been increasing the amount of dollars that it supplies to the market as well as clear the backlog of demand. The central bank, through its 7-day auction on Monday, sold about $50 million to the market. However, only $41 million was taken up by the commercial banks. These dollars were sold at a rate between 16 cedis, 30 pesos, and 16 cedis, 37 pesos. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Nes Addison, recently assured businesses that there is no need for them to panic in terms of current pressure on the cedi. The governor maintained that it has the required support to stabilize the local currency.
Now, international tech company Yango has organized a free screening exercise for female relations of its partner drivers and couriers. This initiative is part of the company's commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of the relations of partners.
The health screening, which took place at the Rollins Park in Accra, is aimed at early detection of breast cancer. Public Relations Manager for Yango Africa, Bennett Otu, explained that the exercise was conducted in collaboration with Standard Care, a non-profit primary health outfit and social enterprise with a vision of improving health outcomes in underserved communities in Ghana.
So today what we did here was to partner with Standard Care, which is a leading health practitioner, to organize a free health screening focused on breast cancer and prostate cancer awareness. You know, the just ended month, October, was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we decided today, being a Saturday, to organize this at the market in Accra, the Rollins Park, for all market women. And then most of these market women are wives and female relatives of the Yango partner drivers and the couriers as well. Some of them also double up as passengers who use the Yango app.
Team lead at Standout Care, Patrick Finn, shared some reasons for the exercise.
Standout Care has been a partner for Yango Ghana. We provide some of their medical outreach services and health-related activations. Today we've come to the Rollins Park to organize, as you can see for yourself, a breast screening exercise. This is particularly for female relatives of the Yango partner drivers. We are talking about drivers' wives, their sisters, and all relatives alike. Most of our health services have been for the drivers over the years, but we realized that we can do something as well for their female counterparts. And we thought of something. We are still in the breast cancer awareness season, and we thought we should put together a beautiful package for the women. So we are doing a breast physical examination and then an ultrasound scan as well.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed their gratitude to Yango Ghana.
I am very excited about this health screening exercise. We thank Yango for this health screening. I invited my sister, who is here with me. I appreciate what Yango has done.
I will applaud what Yango has done this morning. We were passing when we realized Yango has set up for health screening. They have examined us and conducted tests for us. God bless Yango.
All right, and that ends this segment. The news returns after the break.
Now that's how we wrap up the bulletin. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Faustina Safo. Good morning.